So in order to prepare for our shoe drawing project, we're going to have to create thumbnail sketches. Now remember, the goals for your shoe drawing project is to utilize your observational drawing skills to replicate a pair of shoes of your choice. We're using contour lines to create the drawing, and these are some examples of past shoe drawing project drawings. So answer these two questions. How would you describe yourself? How can you position your shoes in your drawing to say a little bit more about you as a person? So, creating your thumbnail sketches. So in this short little demo, I'm going to show you what I mean about arranging your shoes, like trying to figure out the best composition. So obviously my composition is going to be horizontal, and so this would be my pair of shoes. Now I could do, again, think about how I want to convey my personality, right? So I tend to be a little bit shy. It takes a while for me to kind of feel comfortable around people, talking to them. So when I'm arranging my shoes, I can think about, how can I show shyness? Do I need to hide part of the shoe, or do I want to do something actually totally different where like you can see the middle of the shoe and then you see the outside edges? But then what about this edge right here, right? So once I have an arrangement I like, then I can actually create my thumbnail drawing. Next, I'm going to move my shoes again. Now, I do not suggest putting your shoes like this. The problem with this angle, this is called foreshortening, and it's actually very difficult to draw if you do not have a lot of drawing experience, because in your drawing, you have to convey that this part is closer and this part is far away. And that can be very hard to draw for contour drawing versus actually shading. Now, you could also think about showing more of the back side of the shoe, right? Such as this. That would be a very interesting arrangement, right? I kind of like that arrangement as well. So then I would pause and create another thumbnail sketch. I could even, put my shoes on top of each other. Like, what if I have that as an arrangement? So again, just try out different ideas. You can also turn your shoe on its side. For example, for these sneakers that I have, maybe I want to draw it on its side. There can be challenges like that. Like, I kind of like that arrangement actually. I do have a little bit of foreshortening, but it's actually not that bad. So maybe I'm gonna again pause and create my thumbnail sketch. So again, you're creating 4 thumbnail sketches. Of course, you can always draw more. There is space on the back of your worksheet. Your thumbnail sketches worksheet has some instructions. So this is the worksheet you're using to create your 4 thumbnail sketches. So what is a thumbnail sketch? A thumbnail is a very rough draft of your sketch. It's a smaller, simplified version, usually made on draft paper. We're just using a worksheet to organize. It contains only the key shapes and objects of your sketch and leaves out the details. So no details yet, no shading. Make sure your name is on this piece of paper, and you will have your shoes actually set out in front of you. I have them in front of me. You cannot see them because they are that direction, but I arranged my shoes, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and draw a thumbnail sketch. So we are experimenting with the composition of our drawings. These 4 sketches will help us see what way we should position our shoes when we draw them, so that your drawing says more about you, right? It's communicating something about your personality, and the drawing looks good. So this is an example of some thumbnail sketches. And this was my example. You can see mine is a bit more detailed, but you can see how I was trying out different positions of my pair of shoes. And please note that I will need to view your arrangements to help you make the best choice. To keep my demo short, I'm just going to demonstrate 2 arrangements. So I have my shoes arranged in front of me, and you have a very small amount of space. So all I'm doing is I'm just capturing the actual shape of the shoe, just trying to figure out, do I like this arrangement? I'm not too concerned about the actual details. And of course, we are using 2 shoes, so I'm going to draw the other part of the shoe that I can see. Again, really, really simple. So now I'm going to pause and I'm going to rearrange my shoes. So I rearranged the position of my shoes. Obviously, you cannot see it because it is that way. I can see it though. So again, I'm taking a look at my shoes that are here. And again, I'm just drawing the shapes. I'm not trying to get too caught up with the details. My shoe does have a little bit of foreshortening, so that's going to make it slightly more challenging, but I feel pretty confident in being able to deal with that. And if I have a question, okay, if I see your drawing and I'm like, well, wait, what's happening here? I may ask you, can you show me that arrangement of your shoe so I can understand what you're doing? Because like obviously when I look at this drawing, that is not what I see in front of me. There's actually more space. To review, 1, you're going to place your shoes on the white paper, place your shoes in front of you to draw, and experiment with different positions. Think about what the positions of your shoes say about you. How can you convey your personality? You're going to do quick sketches of your shoes in the 4 rectangles. These are your thumbnail sketches, so draw the shoes in different positions and from different angles so you can see what looks the best and what you're comfortable with to draw for your final project. What we're aiming for is a sweet spot where you feel like you're challenged, but you also feel like you can handle it. After you finished your thumbnails, you're gonna show them to Miss J. I'm gonna help you choose the best arrangement based on the complexity of your shoes and the positioning and which position looks best for you for what you're communicating. Now, if I feel like you didn't do enough sketches, the backside of your paper does have 4 more rectangles. After your composition has been approved, you're going to receive newsprint paper. This is for creating the contour drawing of your shoes. There's a separate video on how to begin your drawing, but of course I am also available to help. And it's a good idea to take a photo of your shoe arrangement so you know how to arrange them next class for sketching. Make sure you plan to store your shoes in room 11.